Hello everybody, this is Debbie. I wanted to give you a little tutorial on how to use Canva. I love Canva. This is pretty much where I make all of my graphics. I use it more than WordSwag or any of the others just because it's easier for me. I was a scrapbooker, so it comes pretty naturally for me to do a program like this. So I'm going to give you very basic things on how to make quick, easy graphics that you can use in your Instagram, your Facebook, whether it's your VIP group, your parties, your personal page. It might be for a YouTube channel. If you have a YouTube channel, whatever it is, what is nice is Canva has these, for each of the different types, they have the measurements made out. So like if you want to post on Instagram, they have the measurements for a square post because that's how it fits in Instagram. Or Facebook is more of a rectangular post. So they have all those measurements done for you. So when you create it here, it pops in really nicely and it fits whatever the media you're using, whatever the platform you're using, it fits right into their platform. So it makes it really easy for you. So this is what you would call your homepage. When you get in there, you can log in and create an account, and Canva's free unless you want to upgrade to Canva Pro, which I did not upgrade until probably 6 or 8 months ago. Up till then, I was fine for 2.5 years using regular Canva. So it's up to you. I definitely wouldn't do Canva Pro till you figure out how often you use it. It was worth it for me because I find I do use this website the most. Okay, so recommended for you. This is all the different types of posts you can do. So I typically come into this second tab here of social media where I can see, am I doing an Instagram post, Instagram story, animated, TikTok, Facebook post, Facebook cover. The Facebook cover measurements did not used to match up well, but I have found the new Facebook aligns very well with the Facebook cover. So that's your long header across the top of your page. So if you come in here and create it, it pops right in and looks fantastic, and you don't have to worry about finagling the measurements. There's a highlight story there's everything. YouTube thumbnail, if you create videos on YouTube. So right now, let's just do a Facebook post. So I click it, and it brings me this screen where I have a blank canvas. Now I can make a choice. If you look over here to the left, this is kind of your toolbar. You have templates is your first one. That's all of these pre-designed backgrounds that you can choose to use if you want. Uploads. This is anything that I have added into Canva to use for my stuff. Photos. This is different photos that they put out there. It has nothing to do with what you put in there. Elements. This is all of your cutesy, fun little pictures and shapes and lines and everything you can think of. Frames, charts, all sorts of things in here. Text. This is so you can add text. Again, this is adding your own. And if you look below, these are text that they have already put out there that you can just change the words, but use that type of text. Styles. I can't say I've used that one before. I haven't used music. I don't do videos. I haven't done any of those things. Background is what you can put in the background of this. And then folders. This is so you can kind of sort things. Like I have our logos here so I can get to them really quickly. It just helps me so like I can pop certain things in there. I started creating folders for the different types of, here's the newsletters, here's Comma Club and cards that I've made. So I can find them easier than searching through all of my pictures. So that's all that is it sorts them so you don't have to search through everything on things that you make repetitively. Okay, so with that said, that's what your left toolbar is. So let's start with this blank canvas. Okay, so if I went to templates, I'll show you what to do with that first. Let's say I love this one right here. I don't necessarily want the wording, but I love the look of it. I love the blue, I love the photo, I love the font. So if you can find one like that, perfect. So all I would do is come and double click, and that allows me to change this font. So I may say color street meeting. Then up here, each of these have kind of separate boxes. You'll find when they're pre-done, you know, you've got to kind of follow their format. Then I can say, welcome to our Color Street meeting. Then down here, I might say Thursday, December 17th. Okay. All right. I love it. There we go. I'm having a meeting. I'm going to throw a quick graphic out there, but maybe I don't want this photo. Maybe I want a different photo. So I click on where the photo is. I can go over to my uploads and look at what I've already uploaded. So let's find, oh, look at, here's a group of people. So I'm going to bring that right over here, and it clicks and puts them right in there. So anything that you have uploaded yourself. So if you want to get a picture, I would click upload media and go to my device. For me, I keep all mine on an external hard drive. I could go to pictures. I'm not sure if this shows you guys everything I'm clicking on. I can go to Color Street. And let's say I want a conference photo. I click on this conference photo. It adds it. And now I can take it and put it right in there. And there we go. I have a picture of the Color Street people from conference. All right. So that is how you would do up here a template, one that's already done. You can come in here and search templates. Like if you want holiday, they don't have everything, but they have a good amount. Now, something to be careful of when you're looking at templates. If I hover over it, it says free. Make sure you do that because a lot of them will be for Canva Pro. I don't recommend that you have to buy Canva Pro right away. It took me 2.5, 3 years before I finally paid for it. What that does is unlocks more backgrounds, and then it allows you to erase backgrounds, which I'll show you in a minute. Other than that, you know, I got along just fine without having Canva Pro. So maybe I want to do a holiday one. So what I can do if I want to keep this in the same, let's say I'm making graphics for a party and I want to keep them all in one. I don't want all separate graphics in my design history. I want to keep them all together. I can come right here above my graphic and duplicate the page, or add a new page with this little plus. And now I'm keeping them all kind of in the same file folder. Otherwise, if you're doing a party and you do 5 different graphics, it's going to show 5 pictures in your designs. So sometimes I try to keep them together so it only shows one and doesn't take up as much room. Okay, so let's say I want to do this one. Okay, so there's my background, super cute. I love this font, it looks great. I might say, welcome to Jenny's Jingle Nail Bar. Just like that. I double click here, highlight and change the font or what it says. We are excited to have you. Okay, just like that. And that graphic would be done. Now, if you want more on there, you want to start with that, but you want more, you can always click on elements, and I can come up here and type in holiday cookies, let's say. Oh, look it, now I can add more. I want to click right here. Oh, I want to put this cute little cookie down at the bottom, this cute little cookie over here. I'm sorry, I wasn't showing you. So what you would do, it pulls up all these different holiday cookies over here. I can scroll through, just click on the one I want, it adds it. I use the little circles to make them smaller or bigger, whatever I want to do with it. I use this circle arrow to turn it. I can use the plus arrow to move it. And I just put it wherever I want. So now I started with their background, but I added a little bit more to it. Okay? All right. So now let's look at if we wanted just an empty background. So I came up here, I'm going to come here and do add a page. So now I'm just starting, well, you know what, I'm gonna start over because that's gonna use my black background. So if I wanna save these, I would come over here to File and Save. And that's gonna save them into my collection of graphics. I go back up here to Home. If I click on all your designs, I now see, oh, it's still generating, it's right here to the left. But these are all the different designs I've created over time. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to Home or Recommended for You. Let's do an Instagram post. So this is, see how the difference, this is more of a square post. Instagram is a little bit different with their measurements. So when people do what we call a quad post in Facebook, where they have 4 different graphics, but they all show at one time, they're doing an Instagram sized post, because if you do 4 of these, they line up as one big square on Facebook. It comes out really nicely. So let's say I don't want to do one of these backgrounds. I want to start fresh. So you could start with your background down here. And maybe I want to do, let's see, what do we got? Oh, there's some flowers. Again, make sure you're hovering over these things to see what's free. If it has a little crown, then those aren't free. So you always want to try to, if you're not in Canva Pro, click on the ones that are free. It's silly to pay for them if you're not doing Canva Pro. This is a really pretty winter one, or I have a wood background. I mean, you can type in things back here. You might type grass, and there's grass backgrounds, all sorts, and you could just change it. Now, let's say you love this background, but if you put words on it, it might be too dark. Come up here to the right. This makes it transparent. So if you click that, you can come over here, slide this, and make it a little less noticeable, but it's still there, okay? So that's what this, it makes it more opaque. All right, so I'm gonna do, well, since it's holiday time, we'll go back to, let's see if there's anything with stockings. No, okay. I'm gonna do winter then. Okay, oh, I love this winter one. All right, nah, let's do this winter one. Okay, so it looks kind of like icicles. Again, I can come up here, I can make it a little bit more transparent. Now I can come up to text. Now I can click right here and add any type of text, and then I can come up here, I can change the font to whatever font I would want. I can change the size. I can change the color. I can, depending on the font, some fonts you can't go bold. So depending on the font, you might be able to click it bold. So it's just like working in Word or any other program when it comes to the font and the color and the highlighting and the bold and the italic and underline. So they have a bunch of fonts in here. You can add fonts too if that's something you like to do. Okay, so let's say I pick this font and I type winter party planning. I can't really see that very well, so I can change the color. Let's say I make it brighter blue. Okay, so I can change that and move it up. I could also, if I want to see it better, come over here to elements. And if I go like to a shape, let's say I take this gray shape, I could take this and put that behind there so you could see it a little bit better too. Oops, I didn't get my exclamation mark. Okay, so I add my font. Now I go back to text. I can also use their fonts that they give me. Again, some are free, some are pro. So let's say I like this one. Then I just, again, double click. I don't even know what I'm doing with winter party planning. Lots of fun. And again, I can change the color, but it's going to give me that same look that they have there. And it gives me that cute little red around the blue. Okay, so you can use their pre-done. You can use their pre-done. Again, you can move this around wherever you want. You can make it smaller like this. Lots of fun, winter party planning. Then let's say I want to add some pictures to it. Again, I go up to elements and I may want to put like a planner. Oh my gosh, look at all the planners. I just, again, look at the ones that are pro or free. This one says free, let's add it. Oh good, we're gonna have a little winter party planning session. Again, I can turn it, I can click on the corners, I can make it smaller. Maybe I'm gonna add this little gal. So maybe I'll put this up here and put this little gal in the corner. Oh gosh, nah. If I don't like it, I right click and I can delete it. Let's say I love this one. I can click on it, right click, copy it, right click and paste it. And now I have 2 of them. Paste it again, now I have 3 of them. Maybe I'm gonna make them a little border down here. Oops. A little border of notebooks. This is not a pretty graphic at all. I'm just trying to show the different things you can do. So that's how you can add all sorts of things. You want to change that, just X this out. So they have recently, they have featured, they have shapes, they have charts, they have grids, they have everything. I mean, everything under the sun. Lines, I want to make a line right here. I'm not giving you a very good example of pretty, am I? I'm just kind of adding things. So you could do a line. You know, you want to do some type of a chart. Then right here, you know, you're just, let's chart out our year, you could say. You don't like it, you delete it. Oh, the sending forward and back. Okay, so let's look at this. I click on this notebook, right click it. I want it in front of the girl. So I'm gonna do bring forward. And now it's in front of the girl. Let's say I don't like it in front of the girl. I can right click it, send it all the way to the back. Or if you do send backward, that just sends it back one layer at a time. You gotta look at everything you add as a layer. So if you want it behind one thing, the last thing added, you do send it backward. If you want it all the way in the background, you do send to the back. It'll never go behind the background, but all the other elements. Let's say you don't want the snow, this ice to be the whole background. I could right click, detach from the background. And now I could make this whatever size I wanted and kind of stretch it like this. Then I can come and click on background, click on blue and make the background blue if I wanted. Then what I would do is right click and send that to the back. So now it's behind everything, okay? All right, let's make a prettier one. All right, so we have, what I did is I clicked right here to, actually we're just gonna start a fresh one. Okay, a fresh one. So let's do a green background. All right, let's do, I'm gonna go up to my uploads. Actually, I'm gonna do a holiday one. So let's do, I can click this little box right here and change my color just like that. So I can click right here. I want to do a red. I can kind of move around to different shades. Let's do this shade. I like that shade of red. Okay, now I'm going to go to my uploads and these are all different things I uploaded. Let's do I click on this picture I added. I can adjust it to whatever I want, like this, okay? And now I am going to click here and let's add a heading. And again, I'm gonna double click in there. Cozy up with Color Street. Okay. Maybe I want it, I come up to the font. I want it more like this. I want it a little bit smaller, so I go the sizing. I want to try it in bold and in black. Cozy up with Color Street. All right. So I add that. Then maybe I go back to my uploads. And I see this and I really like this wood, so I think I might want to try that. I added it and now I can do replace background. Ooh, see, so that makes it a little bit more woodsy. I have to move my words around. I move it down, then I think that doesn't show up, so I'm going to change it to white. All right, cozy up with Color Street. And maybe you're going to leave it at that. Maybe you want it, maybe I'm going to come over to Elements and I'm going to go to a frame. And I want just a rectangular, so I click on this. And I click on the color and make it red, and I send it backwards, and now I just gave myself a little frame for my picture. And I want to move it up. I just scroll it up. Whoops. Oh, you know what it did? Okay. This is, this is your undo button up here, this back arrow. Okay. Technically you can drop pictures in the frame. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. Okay, so you can do that. You can also, another way you can add, yeah. All right, I think I'll leave it at that. Okay, so that is basically the main things I wanna show you. I don't wanna get in too much detail. Oh, the one thing you can do with Canva Pro. Okay, so if you have Canva Pro, this is what sold me on it. It was the best feature. Let's see. Let's say I want, these are all things I've uploaded. I've uploaded a lot. Okay, let's say I want to do a picture of myself. So I take this picture, then I would come up to Effects, and I do Background Remover. This is like for Black Friday when you saw everybody doing those pictures of just their faces. And now I have just my face that I could come down here or wherever and put that down here. That is probably the biggest thing you can do with Canva Pro, along with getting more things opened. But that to me is kind of what sold me on it. But again, you have to see how much you're using Canva before you decide if you want to do that. So now you could take anything and change the background. I can take, there you go, Meredith. I take Meredith's cute picture. There she is. I'm going to add her up here. So what a big thing people like to do with the background remover is, if I scroll through here, okay, you get the thumbnails off of the website, right? Like this. So what I can do with that, this is how you see people make so many graphics with the little thumbnails. So I background remove, and now I can take that, like a lot of times you'll see graphics where the thumbnails are right at the edge like this. And so they can line them up all the way across. So I could take this and copy it, paste it, oops, paste, and now I have to remove the background again. See, that's when you see people doing things like this with the thumbnails. It's because the background remover. So that is a good feature. Okay, so that's a little bit cuter than the last one. So then again, I would just go to save. Then if I want to get this out of Canva, I click up here to the right to download. I like to download as a JPEG. If I only want this page, page 2, I would click page 2, done. Download. If I want all of them, I would just do the whole zip folder. And then I save it in whatever folder I want, wherever I want it. I double click down here. Oh, it's probably open, but you guys, here we go. Yes, there we go. I'm not sure if you can see that, if it switches the screen for you. But there's my upload of where it is, and I right click and save as and get my picture. All right, so that is really the most important things I think about Canva. I hope this helps you if you're trying to create graphics. Please reach out to myself or Uplines if you have questions, or someone else on the team if you know they're an expert at it. There's also tutorials in Canva you can watch as well. So it is definitely a great program to be using. All right, so everybody have a great day today. Enjoy, have fun making those graphics.